Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. We've got the UUQ. This is a 4x16x44 with the included scope rings too for $100 on Amazon. That's $100 Canadian. And I gotta tell you, it's a beautiful scope. I really like it. And yeah, nobody's paying me to say this. It came out of my pocket. I watched a video on YouTube. Guy was shooting this scope on a high caliber rifle. Don't ask me the caliber because I don't freaking remember. Okay, I just know it was a high caliber. It's got some good mule kick to that gun, and it held really well. No issues whatsoever. Clarity of the lenses on this thing are beautiful. I really like it. It's very nice, clean picture. Okay. You can really sucker down low for the, actually it has a foot range and a yardage range. And like, when the hell did scopes ever have a foot range? And I think the lowest foot range on this thing is something like 30 feet. Where's my flipping flashlight? I can tell you more that way. Well, maybe this will work. Yeah, 30 feet is the low. It actually says 30 FT, and then it'll dial itself around up to 50 FT, so feet. And then your next long dial from there hits you into the 25 yards, and everything after that is all in yards. Okay? So, very interesting scope. UUQ is kind of, they kind of sort of copy leapers in a sense. These are basically like a push-pull system. Or pull-push. Pull up and you can turn. Push down, it locks them in place. They're not moving. And once you have your gun zeroed in, by the way, just hold on to the dial and take your Allen key, remove the screw all the way, and then gently lift up on the cap, because you got to remove the entire cap, reset it to the 0 position to mark it up with your little dot, gently put it back on there so you don't accidentally turn your friggin' dial, and then just gently snug that screw back up, but make sure you're holding onto the turret when you do that. But make sure the turret is locked, okay? Very important. Make sure the turret is locked down when you're tightening that screw back up. And just, all you gotta do is go till it stops, and just a little tiny extra, it ain't gonna budge, okay? Anyway, we do have red, green, and blue illumination for the mil dot reticle. Now, it's not your typical mil dot either. Okay, I have a mil dot leapers, and it's little dots, right? This is like the dash marks, and it has numbers as well on the left side, right side, and the bottom. But on the top, it's no numbers. It's just your slashes. I actually did try and do a holdover with the windage side. Worked out quite well. I was like, man, that's freaking impressive. I moved one over, and that was great for that one chunk of ammo. Mind you, that ammo did do really super lousy. But, you know, hey, anyways, that's the way it goes. Check out my review, by the way, on this GXP. It has videos, pictures of today's shooting that I was able to get done at the range, so you can see where things progressed. And I used CCI standard at the beginning and CCI standard at the end. But in between that, I tried a few other different types of rounds I had. I still didn't go through all my ammo types and brands, but, you know, I figured this thing adores CCI standard. What the hell? Just leave it like that. But anyway, so it's all set and ready to go. I'm happy. The scope is absolutely great. It's nice to not have to worry about parallax, which is why you need an AO scope or adjustable objective. That is your best bet. If you want to make sure that you are shooting accurately and that it's nothing with you or the gun, well, then you got to have an AO scope, and then you're going to know what's really going on with your ammo. Because it really sucks when you look through a scope and then it's like, oh, I took my shot, and look at that, a bullseye. And then you're going to move your head, you're going to take your next shot, and your eyeball moved, but, you know, you automatically readjust to reline it up. And it's like, did I move the gun? No, you probably didn't, but because you're within a parallax before it's locked out, it's screwing your shots all over the place. So this is why, you know, scopes have, you know, 30 yard, 50 yard, 100 yard parallaxes on them that are prefixed, so you have to be at that set or further away. If you are within closer before hitting that lockout, well, you're going to suck dirt with any ammo you try, and you're going to start blaming the gun and blaming this and blaming that. You'll probably spend $9,000 on freaking ammo trying to figure out your problem, when the problem has nothing to do with the gun so much, or the ammo you may be using. Well, it will be some of your ammo will be a problem for sure. It's because you don't have an adjustable optical, so you need a scope. And this is a $100 scope. You can't go wrong. It's got really awesome clarity. The colors are fine. Everything else is golden on it. It's a really nice scope. I'm really enjoying it. And you know, this thing was shot off of a high caliber rifle, and it held up, no problem. And I'm on a little wee 22 LR here, so it's definitely going to hold up without any issue too. So, anyways, I can't say enough good about this. I'm impressed, man, because I did not have the money for another Leaper scope, and the one that I did want was out of stock anyways. So even if I did have the money, I wouldn't be able to get it. And I love Leaper scopes. Okay, if you know me, you know I'm a Leapers fanboy. Because if I'm a fanboy of anything, it's Leapers. But these UUQs have really, really impressed me. Scope technology is getting so good nowadays, guys. You don't need a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 scope. You need a scope that's definitely going to work for the magnification, the view you need, yes, and that does dictate a price tag. But even if you're not looking for the super high end, especially on a 22, this is a great, great option for $100 Canadian. I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong there, but it's up to you. It's your money. The illuminated reticle is nice. It's red, green, blue. There's 3 stages for each, and then of course your off settings in between. It's nice. I mean, I don't use it, but you know, better to have it not need it than need it not have it. That's what I always say. So there you go. But yeah, and the zoom on this is so nice. You know, going from 4 right up to 16, it's like, wow, that is really cool. Anyway. So if you want to know where I'm going to put this at, because I'm so excited like a little kid at Christmas, you think it's going to get a 5-star. Dream on. We're going with, I'm pretty confident in saying at least on a 22 LR and maybe a couple of calibers up from that. Okay, how high up, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very fine scope. So for that, I'd say, well, let's pop this little puppy somewhere around the, I'm going to give it a good solid, 4.5. Now it does have a sunshade with it as well, which I have out. You got to pull the cap off though, the dust cover, and then screw this on. Dust cover will not fit on this properly, but I'll bet you can find a dust cover that will fit this, okay, and then you can leave it on, okay, so you may have to change it. I've got that idea going through my head already, don't worry. Anyways, not that I like those things at all, but if I did need it, yeah, it's going to affect my POI being on there, but, you know, if I did actually need it, I can compensate with holdover for whatever I need to do. So, but I'm a real dust cover fanatic too. I like to keep the dust off my guns, and sorry for yawning. I'm really tired today. It's been very, very hot and humid, and then being out at the range popping off rounds, and I'm kind of wasted here with energy. So, my apologies for the yawning. But, anyhow, I think that's pretty much about what we got for you on there, other than do not over crank the bolts here. There is a hole on either side of each nut. You can run the Allen key through that comes with it and use that as leverage to snug them up a little tighter. I would not recommend using a socket, even though you could, because it is an actual nut cutout. Don't do it because it's too easy to over torque without realizing it, and you don't want to strip anything or break anything. So just use the Allen key that comes with it, put it through the holes, and then just snug it up is all you need to do. You don't need to wreath the snot out of these things, okay? They don't need that much torque. And same thing as when you're attaching your scope too. Don't over torque the hell out of those screws either. But some people do, and you can wreck a scope that way. You know, I've seen people actually destroy scope tubes that way. But, and yes, it is a 1-inch tube with the 1-inch rings, and the rings do come with the scope too. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Hey, if you've tried this scope out, let me know what you put it on and how your experience was with it. Mine has been nothing but praise to say about it. It is a freaking awesome scope. I love it, and I would definitely buy another one. In fact, eventually I'm going to need another one because I'm not done buying guns yet. I just need to get more money. Anyways, tomorrow I'm going to go and buy some more ammo because I got a little bit of money to spend. So I want to go buy some more ammo. But anyway, there you go. There you have it. Thanks so much for watching and sticking around. And don't forget to check out the review on the gun because that's going to show you the targets that I shot and in that video. So yeah, go check out the review of the Savage Mark II GPX. Okay, and you'll see how we did at the range today. I didn't do any videos. Sorry, I only got snapshots for you. But maybe one of these days we'll shoot some video down at the range. But it's going to be a while. So later. Bye-bye.